After 22 years on the radio, we couldn't stay quiet for long.
We're Lori and Julia, still loud.
Pop culture, gossip, books, TV, music,
and probably a little too much laughter.
Let's do this.
Hi, this is Lori and Julia. Welcome to Still Loud. And thank you for liking and subscribing. Is that what we say?
That is the podcast language. And Julia, I made a discovery the other day. So I thought, I need to see how people are liking and subscribing, so I did.
Because we hadn't even started yet.
Yeah, we hadn't. But so I liked and subscribed something. And then I turned on my car and all of a sudden, and I don't know how, the music and then the podcast that I was listening to on Spotify was playing through my car speakers.
Lori, that's the way it works.
I did not know this. There's confusion with there was confusion with me because I had listened to podcasts on my phone through my little headphones. I didn't know that it also
is AirPlay, Apple Play on your or Instaplay or whatever kind of phone.
The cars talk to the phones.
Oh dear.
Okay, the cars talk to the phones.
It is 1902 here. Lori just drove up in her Model A.
Listen, I have noticed that on people are like, I don't know how to like and subscribe, and I'm like, if you don't know, have someone show you. But anyway, that was my epiphany. It's right up there with what is the cloud for me.
For you,
for me,
because you're kind of on the same thing. So my mom, because we don't have so many voices, is really excited because she can listen to us.
Yes.
Because it's just the two voices. Before she couldn't listen. It was just too busy and stuff.
Yeah.
Hard to keep track. So I was over there last night and I'm helping her and she's like, I'm all ready. And she's takes out her iPhone and she's showing me it. And she goes, but how do I get closed captioning? I'm like, because she wants to read and listen at the same time.
Right, I understand.
So I'm trying to figure out how, without having Spotify or Apple Music on an iPad, how to do it. And so I was trying to figure some things out and blah, blah, blah.
Did you figure it out?
Not really.
My mom, was streaming the radio show, like starting whenever that started.
Yes.
And she did that on her iPad and she figured that out. So I told her, I have all the confidence in the world that she should be listening to this.
They'll be able to do it. So anyway, it's the second pod.
It is. And Julia, I want to just make a proclamation right now. I got to thank Laura Yoon for the Star Tribune. She wrote a story. And I realized we are, as of the first show, the most Minnesota accented podcast in the world. No one can believe that we really talk like this. And people love this accent. And for actors, it is, let me quote Charlize Theron.
Okay.
The Minnesota accent is notoriously difficult for outsiders to achieve. It's the hardest accent I've ever had to do. She starred in North Country, which came out in 2005. And she told Chris Hewitt to prepare for her role. Remember one of the first women in Attack on Mine and Evelyn? She boned up by reading How to Talk Minnesotan. I'll give you some, for nice. You don't say,
don't you know?
Barb's large apartment, bite him in the ankle. You guys want a beer?
Vacation.
She said what made it click, she tells Chris Hewitt, when she finally landed on the Iron Range and it was so cold, I began to understand why people talk the way they do.
Oh, stop.
In the South, people talk slowly. It's hot. It happens that way. In Minnesota, I stepped off the plane that first day and I thought, it's cold. I get why people don't open their mouths too wide and why the sound is a little nasal.
Oh, it's 100. That's so funny, though, that it's so cold and nasal. But Lori, everybody wanted us to talk Minnesota to them wherever we were.
We never realized until we hit the Screen Actor Guild Awards in 2004, standing behind our shrub, sometimes being shunned, sometimes being greeted
Often being shunned.
Yeah, but the yelling that we were from Minnesota, people would stop and react, and I think it's because people have turned down rules.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Because
there's so many movies and shows about Minnesota, but there are.
Emma Thompson is in a movie, Dead of Winter, which is set in rural Minnesota. It opens Friday night.
Oh.
She had to hire a dialect coach from here.
So you're saying we could have another job?
No, I'm just saying people can just listen to this podcast for free if they're casting for Minnesota, and they can just listen to these shows and learn how to
pick up our twang,
our natural Minnesota, delightful, the hardest, the most difficult to achieve.
But think of when Fargo came out.
Oh, people were so mad,
and that's not it's very. That makes me happy. It's identifiable. Kurt
Russell in Miracle on Ice. He was Herb Brooks.
Yes, he was.
He was amazing. He should have been nominated for an Oscar, and he nailed the East Side accent of Herb Brooks. Even his former hockey players said that about like how good he sounded. Frances McDormand, she sounded like all my relatives up in Duluth that would say like, don't you know, and oh for nice.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you don't say.
You don't say. I don't know that anyone in my family ever was like that though, with those accents.
Yeah, we really had Juno Temple. She plays a Minnesotan. Remember the last season of Fargo, and she told Stephen Colbert that it was very complicated and not fun to learn how to speak that. Her dialect coach gave her a cheat sheet that included the phrase Barb's large apartment. And it's like getting an Irish accent. I think it's too turty.
Or I drive a Ford.
I drive a four-door Ford.
To get into a southern accent.
So Barb's large apartment. Okay. One of her favorite lines in the script was bite him in the ankle. And she'd practice sounding like a Minnesotan on strangers at the airport. And if she could get away with it, she figured she was nailing it. When you find that accent, you don't want to let it go.
Oh.
Look at that.
That is a big story today.
I give you Allison Janney in Drop Dead Gorgeous. And Amy Adams was in that. And she was at the Chanhassen at the time.
But wasn't she from, where was she from originally?
No, Michael Brindisi recruited her from a dinner theater like in Iowa.
Close.
But I don't know where she was from. Maybe Colorado. And the way Adams says the bite marks on my ears nails the sound as we do that, da bears, and you know how you say that. And Allison Janney is the chain smoking Loretta in Drop Dead Gorgeous, and you guys want a beer?
Yeah.
And who else?
Look at you acting right there. I
feel like so. I just without a doubt. The one podcast claim to fame we can make now.
And our second pod?
That's right. We are the most Minnesotan accented podcast in the whole wide world.
Lori, call Guinness. I can't even believe. I love how we've got a title already. Who cares if anyone's listening, huh? We know.
Yeah.
We know how we sound.
So a lady named Aunt Tracy helped Emma Thompson do The Dead of Winter. And that movie looks good. I saw a trailer for it.
What's it about?
It looks like it's kind of a woman comes upon a scene that she shouldn't come upon. And then she has to spend the rest of the time running around the dead of winter in Minnesota. Filmed in Finland. But I guess Emma was great. And I'm totally expecting a fantastic Minnesota accent. And we know Meryl Streep, because she told us.
Yes, she did.
She has a mother-in-law from Wisconsin.
She does.
And that's how she got her Prairie Home Companion accent.
Lori, very good, very, very good research.
I was desperate to find a claim to fame for us for our podcast.
Already.
Yeah. I wanted to.
Because we're not the most listened to podcast yet?
Not yet. So I thought, well, what is the title we can claim as a standard bearer and just be proud of it, because we don't know. We think we sound like Good Morning America, but we came to the realization when we were on a red carpet that, wow, do our voices stand out, and you are extraordinarily loud.
You know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Lori before we started doing this today, I'm like, I'm so much louder than you. And like,
you are.
And we know that.
Yeah. I can't yell loud for various medical reasons.
Because you have small canals?
Basically, yeah.
Or you can't hear? Or
it's a combination.
It hurts you to open your mouth that much?
It's a combination of things. No, I have no
Laziness?
problem opening my mouth.
Okay.
I have damaged vocal cords from...
I know you do.
Yeah, so anyway, so I'm just not as loud as you, but no one is loud. To me, your whole family, when I met the whole family... Before I was just lightly dating or heavily dating your brother.
Okay. Yeah, you dated and got married in 3 months, so I think it was heavily.
And I remember going to a birthday party at your mom's house, and I thought, this is where the SNL skit, The Loud Family, originated. Someone was at a dinner with you guys because you all talked at the same time and no one listened. And now I have found myself actively throwing myself in this type of conversational pattern.
But you are married to the big cheese. The
loudest of them all.
Oh.
Casey is really the godfather and the loudest.
He has 2 claims to fame, Lori, and we have the most Minnesota accent.
Most Minnesota accented.
Okay,
podcast.
So we were in Paris.
Yes.
And that was super, super, super fun.
I'm glad that you got to experience a good Paris trip.
Because the last time I was like 27 years old, went with a guy.
The love had lost its luster on the European tour.
It totally did. And I kept calling my mom, collect from every city. She's like, why are you calling me? I'm like, Mom.
I've got to get away from this guy.
Because he was a whiner.
Oh,
and he had the money.
Worst.
And it was like, I was like, whoa.
You were stuck.
But
so you got to experience Paris just in the most beautiful way.
It really did. And I had always kind of felt a little ashamed because when I was in Paris way back in 1990 or 91, whenever it was, I ate at a lot of McDonald's. And so...
Never a proud thing to come home and say.
Well, I just thought, was something wrong with me that I didn't...
But Parisians love McDonald's.
It's like we learned it is besides what, Singapore or Hong Kong?
They have the most McDonald's.
Per capita.
Yeah.
I
went to a McDonald's there when I went there when I was 19.
Yeah. So it's just...
They adopted.
They love the burger.
They love the burger.
They love the burger. We loved our trip there. That was so much fun. Beautiful weather.
Just perfect.
I've got like a little shout out though. When you go, you really bring smart shoes.
It's a walking city.
It's a walking city.
Yeah. It's and that's the joy to flaneur. Which is French for stroll.
I like that. I
Just
was so
around.
impressed with the beauty this time and just the gardens and having more time to just kind of chill a little bit and the river cruise on the Seine. So I'm at a thing last night and my friend's going there for 3 days. She's like, what should I do? What would you say? Just do it real quick.
Bateau Mouche, you need to do an open air, either do dinner or an afternoon because it gives you bearings on where you are.
Seine. A river cruise on the Seine.
And you catch it at the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
And then
I would do the hop-on, hop-off bus because it gives you a better lay of the land than just the Seine.
She's only got 3 days. So, yeah, I guess if she wants to see Paris from the top of a bus, I recommend just strolling around the neighborhood that she's in and also for sure, walking the length of the Tuileries Garden.
The Tuileries.
In front of the Louvre.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just sit in one of those chairs and people watch. I mean, I've seen opera. I've seen people sing opera. I've seen proposals. It's the most magical place, and you can always do celebrity lookalike.
Well, that's our game. I don't know if people know that. We sit on a bench and we just decide who everyone looks like.
I mean,
because everyone looks like...
It's a universal game.
You think so?
If you're don't want to talk about stuff, it's a good way to talk about nothing.
And we excelled in that. Here you go. Here you go. We'll talk about nothing. I'm going back to Paris for a second.
Yes.
Because one of the things about Paris that I noticed is the one store that I think you see more of than even the pharmacies, which are the drugstores, are eyeglass spectacle shops.
Julia, I remember Anthony from InVision years ago telling us Paris and Tokyo are the eyewear capital of the year. It's where the latest fashion is. And I mean, he's always known what's going on in the eyewear world.
He does. And InVision always knows.
Yes, they do.
And, I just want to give them a little shout out here because one of the most important accessories that I noticed on men and women in Paris are the eyeglasses.
Fabulous.
That is your most powerful accessory, and I haven't spent enough energy and time on it recently. And so I'm so delighted to talk about Envision again and going in there, because you have these beautiful lenses that you got from them, these aviators that are so gorgeous on your face. But it really is important to work with people who know your face, know what works on your face, and you're able to trust them. And that has always been our at Envision.
And we like wearing glasses also because it's a nice way. You don't have to put on any makeup. And if you notice, in Paris, the women do not wear a lot of makeup.
They don't.
They always have stylish sunglasses and regular glasses, lunettes.
Is that what is a lunette?
French for
eyeglasses?
Eyewear.
Oh my gosh.
Lunettes. Or maybe it's sunglasses. It might just be sunglasses. You know me and my French.
It could be. I don't even know, but I appreciate what you're saying, the lunettes. But I just want to let everyone know, stop by Envision. Tell them Lori and Julia sent you, because they have the most gorgeous lines right now, and they really are able to find the perfect fit for your face. So we just can't say enough about Envision, distinctive eyewear. Oh my gosh. All right. So, but while we were there, we learned some sad news about Robert Redford.
Oh my gosh. We were just, I was at a beauty salon.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Okay, wait. Just the sentence alone. We're in Paris, and you spent a half a day. Just
a couple hours, because my friend also got a blowout, but it was the same salon where we got our very first blowout in New York. I don't know, maybe 2004 or 5, and we saw $30, 30 minutes equal a blowout, John Louis David. And then I'm walking by a salon, John Louis David. It's like it was meant to be. And I go in, and I'm waiting because I don't speak French, and
really?
they make it known they can fit me in. And I look down, and the day before, we had learned that Robert Redford had passed away at the age of 89. And everyone was talking about it, because people have all kinds of feelings about what I consider the most beautiful man in movie history.
I would agree.
Yeah. And Paris match. So it's the very next day. And I know
that's like their magazine,
It's the most iconic magazine. They report on the royals, political stuff. It's kind of maybe like a Vanity Fair.
It's been out forever.
And he's on the cover, and inside they have like 10 wonderful pictures. And of course, the story has already been probably written about him because of his age. So I pretended
because we learned that. Remember when we learned that about obits? They have some in the can.
Yes,
depending on people's ages.
Yeah, and I was just awash in memories. And they had the photo of him washing Meryl Streep's hair in Out of Africa. And I remember seeing that movie and thinking, one day I want to go to Africa. I don't want to have a farm in Africa, because that was, I want to have a farm in Africa. I want to have a man wash my hair out in the bush. But really, it's so romantic, that movie.
And I think you were talking to someone who said, I've never seen that movie. And that movie was such a romantic, I watched it. I remember who I watched it and where I watched it. And it was, yes, I totally remember that whole movie experience. And then, of course, The Way We Were with Barbra Streisand, and how beautiful he was in that.
And how sad that movie is.
If you really want to cry.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good
crying movie.
That and a newer version.
Hubble.
It was just so good. But Me Before You is another tearjerker I watched a couple weeks ago. Just
stay on Robert Redford, please.
Well, all right. The Way We Were, 3 days in a condor. That was
3 days of the condor.
Well, or 3 days in a corridor, depending on which way you read it. I still love that you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I took pictures on my TV at the cabin maybe 2 years ago of him, because he was so. I'm like, how is anyone that beautiful?
Is that where he wears a lot of turtlenecks and he wears
the sailor jacket? The turtlenecks and peacoats are in The Way We Were.
Okay, I know you.
But he wears a uniform of some sort.
All the President's Men. That movie's amazing. If you're a baseball fan, Mom, this is for you. The Natural with Glenn Close, and it is a romantic baseball movie.
Unbelievable,
that movie. he looked so, and was the movie like in the 40s or something?
Yeah, 40s or 50s baseball, and he was in New York City, and I don't want to say what.
I noticed that all on one of the streaming services, they had like every Robert Redford movie.
Yes.
I can't remember what it was.
Prime.
It might have been on Prime. And I mean, Jeremiah Johnson, I remember a couple years ago when people, the image of him in the big furry coat looking over his shoulder with like this dead stare, people thought for years, young people thought it was Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, no.
And then they learned, they were, I'm this year's old, and I learned today that that's not Zach. That's a guy named Robert Redford.
Some guy named Bob.
Some guy named Bob.
Who started the Sundance catalog and Sundance Movie Festival.
Yeah, and that movie is really good if you love a Western. Of course, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Sting. I mean, really so many good movies. And I saw his last movie. He did an interview with CBS Sunday Morning, I think in 2022, and it's a movie about maybe the old man. It's Sissy Spacek is in it. He's giving her advice about, how you rob a bank. And then he also did one where he played a sailor, and there was he was the only person in the movie. But this one was Sissy Spacek. He told CBS Sunday Morning, this is going to be my last movie. I don't like saying that, but at 85 years old. And, he hasn't been seen in public since his son died of cancer. And his son, I think, was in his late 50s. And he died maybe 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that would be a devastating thing. But he just was, and his style. And from the Paris man, I mean, he had incredibly cool style. And I think
of how the sweater, the Irish turtleneck sweater, because I love a man in a turtleneck.
A cable net.
A cable net. He wore that in many of his movies because those were so in the 70s and the 60s when he was the most beautiful man on the earth. And he had the moles on one side of his face, and I think of how with Barbra Streisand, she would only want to be filmed always from one side of her face. Mm-hmm. I don't think he ever was like that.
No,
Bob. And they really, in her book, Barbara, that took me 5 months to listen to last year, 2 years ago, Lori, I think. They were very good friends. They were very, through life.
He was good. He remained good friends with Glenn Close, Meryl Streep. His leading ladies. And there is that funny story about the making of The Way We Were, where he didn't want to do the movie because Barbara had a reputation for going after her leading men. And I think at the time he was married to Lola, the mother of his two children. And
she was not a showgirl.
She was not a showgirl, and he was kind of not afraid of her, but he didn't want to be bothered with that.
He didn't.
He didn't want to be bothered, and I think Barbara does.
She does
acknowledge that. And Jane Fonda, he did Electric Horseman and Barefoot in the Park. She wrote a really sweet Instagram about how much she's going to miss her friend, and so he was, really well loved in Hollywood.
Stand-up guy.
Yeah.
And really starting a film festival for smaller films to honor them before.
To have a place so that they could sell them.
Yes, you're right, to get distributors. Because he started Sundance and Park City, I don't even know how many years ago. So many years ago that Park City got to be so well known that they were trying to move it to a different place.
Yeah.
And the Sundance catalog, just on another sad note, is just folded
I didn't know he started that.
I think he did.
Really? All right. Well, if we had anyone to fact check it, I'd ask for that.
And if we're wrong, please let us know.
Forgive us.
It'll be in the past. So.
Well, can I just tell you, coming back from Paris, so, Casey, sweetest man, he, first of all, stuffed several little illegible notes I could hardly read in various articles of clothing in my suitcase.
Did he really?
Yeah. Just saying little things.
Like a scavenger. Remember the scavenger hunt he used to do for your birthdays?
He still does that. He just wrote little love notes. He wrote little love notes. And he,
because Paris is kind of your city, too.
With Casey.
You two go there a lot.
Yeah. So that was really sweet. But I come home and I'm like, you got to stay awake. I tried to get you to listen to Dr. Barghini. When you come back from you have to, whatever you do, stay awake till 8 or 8:30, because no matter what, you're going to wake up at 3 or 3:30 because you're hungry and you have to poop because now you've missed breakfast and lunch.
I didn't miss a meal.
Okay.
I kept eating. I think I ate while I was sleeping.
But I mean, you are hungry at the off times. But if you can go to bed at 8, you might sleep until 4 or 4:30. You just have a better chance of staying awake. You did not listen to me.
I couldn't keep my eyes open.
But I go upstairs. I thought I need to unpack some things to keep myself awake. And I walk up to the bedroom and I see, I don't know measurements, but it's a piece of wood. We'll call it a 4x12. I mean, just a long, skinny piece of wood.
Inches. Okay, inches.
Okay, and it's tall. It's taller than the sleigh bed.
Okay.
It's sticking up. It's very, very unsightly. And then there's a thing clipped to it. There's a thing clipped to it.
What is it?
Like you were taking, like our little selfie camera that.
Okay,
we
like
take.
a holder or something. Okay.
And later I got back downstairs and I said, did you MacGyver up a thing so that you'd quit crashing and getting bruises and cuts on your face from reading your Kindle? And he falls asleep and drops it on his head.
How does he drop it on his head?
Because he reads on his back and holds it up. And then when he starts to fall asleep, he's like a toddler who's just slowly,
I'm telling you, that's a good invention. If he figured out a Kindle holder, because they're heavy.
Yes. And so it's a clip, but because we have a sleigh bed, the clip doesn't work. So he MacGyvered up this piece of plywood. And now we've got this real attractive thing that I'm like, this thing is going to be in the way of certain things, but he's like, I can't take any more of these Kindle,
accidents,
head wounds. I mean, he's cut his nose like 4 times.
I try, I sit upright when I read and I put it up on a pillow, but on the way home on the flight, because I try to jerry rig like bottles to put in front of the Kindle so it will stay upright because it's so heavy and it doesn't do landscape. No. I don't get it. Yeah. Kindle. Maybe the newer versions do, but it's heavy and
Casey has a brand new Kindle.
And it still doesn't do landscape?
No.
What? How is that so hard to invent? But that's funny. So you have a new little
accessory
in your bedroom to hold. It's not a bad idea because remember
it would work if you had just a regular thing that the thing could clip on,
I thought of like the harmonica holder that people use, that if you could wear something like that around your neck and click I've thought of things because that thing, you do think of things if you like to read laying down.
Well, there you go. I mean, there is something out there.
So there might be a Casey McHolder coming out.
No, he just MacGyvered that because
Does
he's
it
too
work?
late. Yes, and the thing has a thing so you don't even have to reach up and turn it. It's got a clicker.
He did not.
No, that's how he bought it.
The new one comes with a page clicker?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of love that, Lori. We need that for our phone so our selfies aren't so close to my face with my short arm.
The other thing I'm kind of obsessed about is I learned that Harry Styles ran the Berlin Marathon. And he ran it, Julia.
In record time.
Let me tell you, he ran it in 2 hours, 59 minutes, 13 seconds.
Wait, 2 hours, 59 minutes. So under
4. 3 hours, what we call that. That is
as a marathon
expertise.
Expert.
That's right. It's a coveted mark for people to finish under 3 hours because Boston qualifying is 3:15. You have to run a 3-minute 15. I didn't do the math, but I think it's like a 6.5 minute mile. He ran under the name of Stead Sarandos. And he wore a headband and sunglasses, but he's got distinctive tattoos.
I saw it.
Imagine just being a regular runner and you're in the little pack with the Harry Styles.
But you wouldn't know. Like, remember?
No, you do.
Do you think you would know?
Julia, if he ran past me at the Grandma's Marathon, which I'm dearly hoping they make room for him next year.
Wait.
It's the 50th.
They should invite him.
It's the 50th anniversary of the marathon.
He's always wanted to go to Duluth.
He would love it. He would love the bands. And so I beg of you, Stead Sarandos, to please.
What a great name. Stead Sarandos.
Sarandos. So, that now we know what his hotel name is, and he's going to have to change it.
He'll change it.
But rumor is that he might be, I think he ran maybe London last year, and maybe he's going to run New York. But I would like to get the rumor going that he's coming to Grandma's Marathon
in Duluth.
In Duluth, Minnesota. Yep.
And that was the only shirt we saw from a person in Minnesota in Paris remember we saw the lady with the grandma's, was I with you or someone else?
Someone else.
Grandma's Marathon.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we saw it. And that was the only thing I saw about Minnesota the whole time we were there.
Yeah. And the reason we got the photo of Harry, a.k.a. Stead Sarandos, he was in a photo at the finish with this dude named Richard Whitehead, who's a 2-time gold medal winner over 200 meters at the Paralympic Games. And this guy is on a quest to run 20 marathons in a year. And Harry and him, they just happened to finish at the same time. So
Mr. Whitehead, which is not a cousin of Mr. Blackhead. They are not related at all, but, they've started washing their face a lot better now. Yeah. I know it. The marathon stuff, Lori, it's really going to already be the 50th anniversary of the Duluth.
I want Harry to run it in just the worst way.
Start a campaign like how you used to tell Reese to publish all of our books that our writers wrote.
Julia, we're rewiring into a new chapter. I don't want to make too many more commitments than this podcast, which will be 2 1-hour episodes a week, dropping on Wednesdays and Fridays. I mean, I really have been farting around and doing nothing.
We kind of have.
And so that's too much commitment for me.
Yeah.
I can't be responsible. But if someone else would like to get it going that has a good connection to Harry Styles.
Well, let's just talk about this one because we have someone who is in love with movie camper relationships. And what do we call those again? I can't, showmances, or what do we call them in the campers, Lori? What did we used to call that?
I mean, I don't know. Did we have a name for it?
We had a name. I can't remember.
Someone Instagram message us, please.
Yes. But so we had
there are
Zoe
romances,
Kravitz,
yes,
who was with Channing Tatum.
After her husband, she's got a coveted dating life.
She does. She falls in love on movie sets.
She does, but she always talks warmly of anyone she's ever been with.
Right.
Now,
she was engaged to Channing. I think they were together at least 2.5 years.
And
then
the gossip is she did this movie called Caught Stealing with Austin Butler, which I saw, and it's excellent. It is the Coen brothers film that you didn't know you wanted or needed. Setting is 1980s New York City, and Austin Butler is a movie star.
Who played Elvis?
Elvis, but he is a flat-out movie star. He is so good, and Zoe Kravitz is in this movie, and their chemistry, let's just say that I know you can get fake ones, but, there is a
fake personalities?
No, nipple rings. Zoe Kravitz has little bell bars, the Prince Harry version of or Prince Albert in a can, but through her nipples.
Oh gosh, I'm not going to let you explain any of that, but just keep going, please.
Okay, there is a very, very, very hot sex scene between the two of them in the movie where there is so much amazing nudity and so much beautiful breast play, I'll put it that way. And you see that's what broke up the engagement with Channing was filming that, because I think they had a showmance thing on the set, because now she's dating Harry Styles. They've been spotted hand in hand, and not Austin.
But so she was with him while they were filming that, and then she was making a movie with Harry Styles or something with Harry Styles.
No,
just rando.
Yeah, they know each other.
Okay,
probably through Lenny. Her dad.
Boy, Lenny. Lenny keeps being Lenny because of how he looks.
Yeah, we never did go to his favorite falafel place in the Murray.
No, we didn't.
Julia,
but let's
we
go
didn't
back.
have enough time. Let's go back to Zoe and Harry.
Because Zoe and Harry now, and Austin Butler just brought Brad Pitt's home in L.A., the one that just got robbed last week.
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he bought it. And you made it sound like all three of them bought the house together.
They didn't. Okay. No, but I kind of like that idea.
Right. It's a better story.
That would kind of be fun. But with Brad Pitt, we saw the Formula One movie with him.
And?
He's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's just beautiful.
Did you like the movie?
I did. We saw it on a big screen. It's Mission Impossible, but in cars.
Yeah.
The thing that I kind of was thinking about in Paris, because when we were going on the Seine River, if I'm saying it right.
Yes, you are.
We went on it during the day on a hop off boat, and then we did the
The
beautiful.
Bateau Bousse.
Yes, and at
And then
night,
we did Bateau Mouche at night, a dinner cruise.
which was stunning and beautiful. That was just
5-star food.
5-star. That was unbelievable. But when we were doing that, I was thinking about, because on the side of the Seine where you have all the steps that have been there forever and little areas, I keep seeing motorcycle people in like, oh gosh, all the movies, like the one where Born Identity, where he's in Paris in his teeny little car riding up and down on the Seine.
Yeah, they do a lot of...
They do a lot of movie things there. And in the boats, they jump off the boats, jump on the boats. So I kept seeing motorcycles go, I'm thinking a ton of movies have been filmed there.
Very much so. And in this caught stealing movie, it really, if it's 1980, I'm not sure what year it is, and if it's mid 80s, but it's Punk is there, and Matt Smith, who was amazing as Prince Philip in The Crown, and he's in House of Dragons.
And he was also, yes, he was.
Yes, and he's in it, and he's got just a wild part, but it is very Coen-esque film, and it's by Darren Aronofsky, and I usually hate his movies. We hate
him.
Mother, Requiem for a Dream, all these disturbing movies, but this movie was just flat out good, and Griffin Dunn has a small part in it, but it's a violent movie, and it takes place in the mid 80s, but I really highly recommend that movie.
And it's in movie theaters right now, Caught Stealing. Or
Caught Stealing, who knows when it's coming out, but it's definitely worth watching. And if you're like, you love kind of a Coen-esque, a caper, and you are looking for some sexy, boob play, we get it, maybe not even long enough. I mean, if you really need to see a lot of great boob play, The Hunting Wives.
The Hunting Wives. I know.
That's
do we want to? Do we need to? Can we? I don't even know.
What do you mean?
We got to go there. The Hunting Wives.
Oh, I loved that series. I loved the book. I read the book in February. I discovered May Cobbs. She wrote a book called The Hollywood Agent, which I think is going to be made into a series. And I read The Hunting Wives in Hawaii, and I remember reaching out to her on Instagram, and she responded to me. And I get giddy about things like that. But now I feel like we're friends in my head because we've had correspondence. But she told me then in this thing, The Hunting Wives is going to be a TV series. But it was filmed for Stars, which their tagline, we're all adults here.
And I think that should be ours too.
We're all adults here, so I love that.
I love that
we don't have to be worried about anything.
But that show, the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, what is this,
Julia?
And then I was with you and another person, and you're like, oh gosh, we just binged it, and I'm like, okay, I went back in and I binged it. Of course,
yes.
The Hunting Wives on Netflix is. It's delicious, trashy.
It's soapy. It's fantastic. The TV obsession that I have right now is Task, which is from the guy who created the Mayor of Easttown, and it's on HBO.
I just saw it.
Mark Ruffalo is in it. It is 7 episodes. Our guy Tom Pelphrey, who was in Ozark, he played
I can't watch
Wendy Bird's brother.
It gave me stress.
Ozarks?
Oh, yeah.
Ozark? Okay.
I was in 3 seasons. And why can't they make better choices?
I
had to turn it off.
Oh, I love that show. But anyway, that is really good. Only 3 episodes out, only a total of 7. But it's about this FBI task force of kind of misfits that's assembled to catch somebody that's ripping off all these biker crews of their drugs and money. These just 2 random guys who rummage through the trash to find out where's the drug house.
And it's called
Task, as in task force.
What year is it set in?
I think it's right now.
Because I'm watching Hightown.
Oh, I told you to watch that. That's from the same lady who did Hunting Wives. She's the same showrunner. Great show.
That is a great show.
Lots of good sex. Gritty.
Mm-hmm. That's a good show. But every episode it's a full 50 minutes of commitment. You have to pay attention.
Yes, you do.
You can't cook. There's shows in different genres. That one's full on. Pay attention, go all in.
And then your boyfriend, Jude Law.
Oh,
is in a new show on Netflix with Jason Bateman called Black Rabbit, which is a wild
What is the concept? Because I was trying to figure it out.
Well, the concept is, well, first of all, can we just say that Jason Bateman is an amazing actor? I mean, I just look at him and I just think, okay, Marty Byrde, show me if you can be something besides Marty Byrde, his character in Ozark. And he plays Jude Law's ne'er-do-well brother who had the idea of this restaurant in this, it seems like it's downtown New York. It used to be the oldest saloon in the city. So it's like 3 stories, and it's this restaurant that looks like an old Victorian mansion that's called Black Rabbit. Well, the brother, played by Jason Bateman, owes, let's just say he borrowed money from the wrong people, and the juice is adding up. And now his $70,000 nut, do you like how I'm talking in the lingo?
I'm just thinking,
is becoming $140,000 because of the juice.
Everyone has that
Juice
one
is
sibling
interest. Yeah.
in the TV shows. It's just, come on, get it together. But I got to bail you out because you're family.
But Jude, it's really good in the way they're telling the story, present, flashback. But Jude Law, he's really good. So those are my 2 TV shows that I'm obsessed with: Task and Black Rabbit. And I'm a little bit mad at myself too.
Why?
Well, remember when we made the amazing discovery that we no longer needed to pluck our chin hairs, but we could shave our faces?
Don't even tell me that this is wrong now.
No, Julia.
Because it's an addiction and it's an issue.
Well, and we were delighted when someone told us that we could shave our chins.
Years ago at the St. Paul Grill, from a woman listener to our show, Short Blonde Hair.
Yeah. Told us we could shave
and not have any repercussions of the 5 o'clock shadow.
Right. Or that it would grow back, or all the other rumors. And she also sold us because she said, look at men's faces, how they are less wrinkled. And it's because they exfoliate and shave every day. So you and I, we adapted.
I have adapted that.
Okay. But one of the things we learned, and we both learned it, is that we both came in to the radio show with razor burn because we had used a bad razor. And today I used a bad razor. And so do you see this little razor burn? And it's right before a good fashion event that I have to go to. So I've got a few days to heal, but I'm like, woman, you've been shaving for 20 years.
Get it together. Okay. So when we were in Paris, I have random just sprouting like little bean sprouts here and there. And it's just, they just pop up overnight and they're an inch long.
And then once you find it, maybe you're sitting at a luncheon and you find it on your chin and you're just obsessed with when can I get to it? And you can't stop touching it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I found one on my neck in Paris at the Galerie Dior. I almost went up to the guy who was making the lady dye bags.
Oh, there was someone literally, that was really cool, they were making purses while we were there.
The lady dye bag.
Oh, it was
the lady dye
unbelievable.
Dior bag.
But and what did you say? Can I use one of your tools to pluck this thing out?
I wanted to. And the rest of the exhibit, I walked through just going, oh my God, I can't believe I have this hard hair.
Do you see all those red spots on my face over here?
Is that from plucking?
Yeah. Oh. Without being able to see.
Mm-hmm. So you're stabbing your skin.
In a little mirror in Paris, trying to figure out, I could never figure out how to use the blow dryer because you have to hold
the button, thing in.
No, you have to hold the handle so tightly.
She got to blow up.
It shut off every 2 seconds, and then I couldn't see to do the plucking. No, it's an issue.
It is.
It's an issue. We have sprouting hair. Well,
so just a warning, and just we're letting you know that you can.
Do you use the razor that has the gel in it?
I like the 5-blade man razor that Casey has. He obviously hasn't changed the blade.
Right. I use the one where you buy it and it kind of curves with your face and it has gel in it.
Is it a man?
It's a lady. It's a she blade.
I don't. They charge too much. The paying tax. I'm against it.
I keep paying. I keep them for a long time.
I
keep it for a long time.
I need to try and figure out a way to ask Casey to change his razor, but he doesn't want me using his razor. So you can see the dilemma.
You could buy one of your own, but it's like $3.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. I'm going to buy one.
Blowout. Cheap disposable razor. What do we do? What do we do here? I
love the epiphanies I get. I don't know if you follow Merriam-Webster on Instagram or Twitter or Blue Sky or wherever.
And there is a real person besides a dictionary book. There is a real Merriam-Webster.
No, it is I like what they've done because when's the last time you saw a dictionary? So they've had to move to the online world. But
I love that.
Who's ever running their social media, I get just a kick out of the other day. They put booty and butt are synonyms.
Okay.
And synonyms, of course, it means the same thing.
Yes.
And maybe they're hoping people will, what is synonym, blah, blah. And then call and dial are synonyms. But a booty call and a butt dial are two very different things.
And we do know that.
Yeah.
And my phone randomly calls everybody. I need a new phone so desperately.
Oh, I dread having to buy a new phone.
But you did hear from someone yesterday, you need to update your phone game. And so do I.
No, because he checked a thing. He checked a thing on my phone.
And you were still
And
good?
he was shocked that my phone was up to date on everything. And he said, well, when it quits updating, that's when you need a new phone. Julia, I got to have my bowling team teach me how to use the new phone.
We no longer have Jess and Brooke to help us to learn how to use our phones.
Yeah, I'm really hoping. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about, it might not be the last thing.
But you told me about, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
But as one does, Taylor Swift is going to have a brand of cakeware and stuff like with Pillsbury.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So,
because Dolly Parton stuff we bought, and remember you promised to make the cake, and
I did make the cake, and I made the banana
you
cake.
turned off your oven in the middle of it.
Yes, it was very bad. It was a very disappointing situation, and a waste of a Dolly Parton banana crepe cake that a listener got us from Mankato.
I remember,
but you had it for 6 months and never made it.
I didn't.
So Casey turned off the oven.
Yes, he did.
Mid thing, and it just collapsed, and it was just terrible. And apologies, Dolly, but I feel bad even just saying it out
loud. I know
loud.
she's listening.
Yeah.
So Dolly, shout out to you.
So shout out to the folks at Pillsbury because Taylor Swift I can't remember what interview she gave. She doesn't give that many, but anyway, she had mentioned that she had been baking rainbow bread with Travis's nieces, the Kelsey kids.
Yes.
And she loves doing, putting in sprinkles in baking bread because then it's sprinkle bread. It's fun.
It's
kids
fun.
love sprinkles.
Yes.
Okay. And I think Travis's brother, I can't think of his name. He's got 4 daughters.
Yes.
And I envision Taylor being a very good auntie. She's glamorous.
Can you
She's,
imagine?
Pretty, and then she wants to bake with you.
That's big.
This is amazing. So she talked about that. So Pillsbury has come out with a funfetti sourdough bread mix, which is the kind of bread that I want to make.
Because it's
from
in a mix.
box.
Same, Lori.
Right.
Same. I don't want to have the sourdough stuff passed in my freezer from freezer. We can't do that.
No, it's too much. It's too much work.
Yep.
We're not down for
Bottom
that.
line.
But you, the next time you are, in your bakery section, see if they have the funfetti Pillsbury bread mix. I have a feeling it'll be sold out because
of course
of
it
the
will.
Taylor
I wonder
fans.
if it's a limited edition.
Well, they want to see how much it sells, and if it sells as much as it's probably going to, it might be a regular thing. And
how would that not sell?
Exactly.
Anything she puts her name on will sell.
Yeah, I love that Pillsbury Doughboy. We're old enough to remember the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and the little finger comes out.
I'm old enough to remember being at a kegger at UMD and doing that to a gentleman that was kind of chubby, and I was kind of buzzed. Ooh! that really didn't go over well. So I have that vision.
Did he know your reference?
No. It was the
didn't
Ratatouille that we showed up with water and iced tea, pretending it was brandy and vodka.
Ratatouille parties.
Doesn't that sound so long ago? But the Pillsbury Doughboy is a cute character. But yeah that's a great, good for them.
Yeah, good for them and the fine folks at Pillsbury, and would it be the food marketing design team that does this. I mean, you're right here in the Twin Cities.
Coming up with the name.
Well, I mean, whatever the team is that comes up with the idea.
Sure, it's brilliant.
Like long ago, we wanted to work for OPI and come up with nail
colors.
Like,
names.
Whose person is that job? Now it's probably Chat GPT.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're listening.
I hope not.
What they would say if they did a script of this show.
Yeah. And I
do love them, though.
Yes,
I use them every once in a while.
So
I'm gonna look at
that. I'm on the fun fed. No, I'm
us.
not making it. I'm going to see if it's available on the shelves of
Lunds and Byerly's or Kowalski's. I know. I already knew what you were going to say.
Yeah, my two grocery stores.
Yep, the ones your go-to spots.
If I can just say one more last thing before we wrap up, what I feel has been a very fun podcast, Joya.
This is
having fun.
I am too.
I know.
And we're just sitting here looking at each other. We're sitting at my table. Jeff couldn't come home today because we're here.
Yeah, even though we could use his videographer skills.
We really could.
But, I've never stopped watching entertainment shows. Even though I've retired from, being a daily correspondent.
It's not in your makeup. Of
I
course
love watching the late night. I love keeping up on the entertainment. And yesterday, or maybe a couple of days ago, anyway, Simon Cowell was on Jennifer Hudson. And one of the things that Jennifer Hudson's show has organically done, which is super fun and super cool, and it's probably their most, how Kelly Clarkson does her karaoke.
Yes.
So Jennifer has her guests run through the spirit tunnel, and that's where the whole staff lines up and they play a song. And they're clapping.
Kind of like a line dance
yeah,
you have
and
to
the
do?
person, you dance,
Okay,
coming
yeah.
through. And some people are like amazing. Like Derek Hoff was on last week to promote Dancing with the Stars. And he also took over he's the new host on Extra. Billy Bush is gone from Extra.
Are you kidding?
No, Derek Hoff is the new
When did that happen?
Billy Bush.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, keep up on all this,
I know,
Julia.
I appreciate it.
So he had an amazing spirit tunnel dance. Simon Cowell, who's promoting the never-ending end of America's Got Talent, because that's a season that show lasts for like 6 months.
Yes.
But I always watch it when I'm with my mom.
And it still does well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he was on it to promote. We must be coming up to the final show.
Right.
And he didn't have his blue or red sunglasses on, which he hides to hide his very bad brow lift that he had, which makes him look like
Kenny Rogers.
He's got a feminine face now.
Yeah.
Dr. Jarvis told us this years ago, but
Men can't have brow lifts.
no, but he doesn't have those glasses on, so I'm impressed. But he's got his usual dark T-shirt and his jeans, and he has so much Botox. He's got the eternally, perpetually surprise eyes, and he's kind of walking. He was clapping like a walrus with his hands and his eyes. And I thought, this is the cringiest thing that we will see in quite a while. And I think it might even be a viral hit for the Jennifer Hudson show because
it was so bad.
It was just, what is going on? He didn't have the beat. Here he is, this guy
with music.
He started the boy band, the One Direction.
Yeah.
I mean, he came up with that, but he had absolutely zero rhythm. There was no beat.
That would
going
be
on
my
there.
fear, though, because you would go through and you'd be so great, and I'd go through and be Elaine.
No, were you ever in Girl Scouts or Brownies?
I was a campfire girl.
Okay, that's right. So I remember doing this, and I'm sure they don't do it anymore. And I feel like I was a brownie because my mom was the brownie troop leader. And we had a game that was like a spirit tunnel, and everyone would have their hands, and you'd form a bridge.
Sure.
And we sang a song called Strut Miss Lizzie.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Strut Miss Lizzie, strut Miss Lizzie, strut Miss Lizzie, all the way home. Here comes another one, just like the other one. Da da da. And you took turn, and it was like this camaraderie thing because you'd all just start laughing at each other's moves. And I just thought, somebody in Jennifer Hudson's producing, they were a brownie, and maybe they remembered.
That was their idea. That's cute.
It's really cute, and it's how the show opens every day. And I think it's like a really brilliant and just kind of a fun way of seeing
Because it used to be like Ellen would go out and dance in the crowd and stuff. So it's just a kind of fun way to loosen up the people in
Hugh
the crowd.
Jackman was on,
well,
and he was
knows how to
amazing.
move,
I mean,
of
there's all
course.
kinds of, but it's the song they play and the whole staff. And I'm always amazed at how many people it takes to produce
A 1 hour talk show.
it's amazing. I guess late night shows are like 200 people.
Wow.
And daytime shows are like 100.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, just that was my cringe
moment.
Cringe moment. I was just like, but yet at the same time, I watched it like 3 times.
Okay, so I love that. I can't imagine him moving now.
Oh,
No.
I would have thought he would have had a little rhythm. Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't seem like it.
well, speaking of, I mentioned the brow lift, Minneapolis plastic surgery, Dr. Jarvis, he told us years ago in 2004, when we got our first Botox
And brow lift.
from him, which we didn't disclose because we were embarrassed and ashamed that we were falling prey to Hollywood because we've been
such an early
at
age.
such an early age. But we asked him about people, what men, and he said, "Oh, I would never do a brow lift on a man. It removes their manly ridge," and that's Kenny Rogers,
Yes.
Wayne Newton,
Yes.
Simon Cowell.
Yes. It's a scary, that's just not one that they would recommend, but I would recommend it for women. It's amazing.
Well, if you want to feminize your face,
Well, right. There you go.
that's what you do because
Yeah.
it gets rid of your manly ridge. So thank you, Dr. Jarvis,
Right.
for always being a fountain of
And
good information.
speaking of him, I mean, I just look at your face now. We're like a year and a half out from your facelift.
Ladies, don't talk about, but yes, 2 years. Julia.
It looks so great.
My
look so
my
great.
neck was driving me crazy.
I'm having a little moment on mine, but yours looks so great. And people called Dr.
And I
Jarvis.
still look like myself.
You totally do in Minneapolis Plastic Surgery and make a consultation, and he will tell you what you can and cannot do if you want to just refresh your face.
If something's bothering you.
And we're going to hit refresh, and we just did it.
We just did it, Julia. We did our podcast. Let's high five.
Totally fun.
I hope people had fun.
I hope you had fun.
We sure had fun.
We did. And if you ever have questions or anything, you can always DM us on Instagram, Lori and Julia.
It's a quote. I can't remember who said it. If it was Caesar or whatever. Are we not entertained?
Job done. Off we go.